Hello and welcome to Tech of the Month, the series where we bring you the very latest, greatest and sometimes just plain weird tech to find its way through the BikeRadar office. This month I have a stunning nuke-proof Giga fitted with SRAM's new X0 T-Type transmission. Ash Quinlan is here with Continental's new Grand Prix 5000 all-season tyre. Liam's got his dancing shoes on with some new gravel kicks from Udog, and there's plenty more where that came from too. If you want to see more of our videos, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss an upload.
First up, Continental has added a new 4-season tubeless tyre to its GP5000 range. The AS TR is said to deliver improved wet weather grip, sidewall protection and durability over the excellent STR race tyre. Cherry-picking the highlights of several other tyres, Continental says you're getting the speed of a GP5000 STR tyre alongside the longevity and puncture protection of the stalwart Grand Prix 4-season tyre. We still rate that all-season tyre very highly here at BikeRadar, so this bodes well for those who want to combine fast performance with increased durability in a tubeless setup. But don't worry, if your heart skipped a beat at the thought of the clincher Grand Prix 4-season tyre being killed off, you can rest easy. Continental will still be producing it for the foreseeable future. However, love it or hate it, tubeless looks here to stay. The ASTR uses the German brand's black chili compound, and Conti tells us that it's added a slightly meatier tread pattern, a sturdier multi-layer construction, and more puncture-resistant sidewalls. The casing is Continental's performance-oriented 110 thread per inch design, but you get 4 layers of it here, providing some of that extra protection. The ASTR comes in 25, 28, 32 and 35C sizes with a choice of cream, like these, or black sidewalls. Continental says that a 25C ASTR tyre weighs 300 grams, but our 28C samples tip the scales at 340 grams for the black sidewalled version and 342 grams for the cream variety, which is hardly a difference to get worked up about. So, if you like flashy cream sidewalls and don't want to sacrifice any meaningful weight, you're going to be okay. However, it's worth noting that the black version uses black reflex technology, an incognito reflective band that's claimed to increase the rider's visibility in the dark without showing up in daylight. I've got those particular models on test right now, and I must say it's easy to forget there's anything there at all during the day, while I reckon it's nice to know that there's something going on after dark to help me be seen. In terms of cost, Continental tells us that it charges a flat rate across all sizes, so no premiums if you want to go big. Black sidewalled ASTRs with that black reflex tech will set you back £92.95 or $113.95, while the cream sidewall variants are actually a touch cheaper at £84.95 or $108.95. As I say, I'll be reviewing these tyres once I've been able to put them through a proper test. Stay tuned for that.
I have to say that it's nice of Campagnolo to design a wheel set just for me. They're incredibly flashy, incredibly feathery, and incredibly expensive too. Campagnolo has resurrected the Hyperon Ultra name for a new climbing wheel set that is claimed to weigh just 1,240 grams. A tubular version is even lighter at 1,160, but both come at a high price, £3,150 or $4,100 for the tubeless version and £3,350 or $4,350 for the tubs. Hyperon is an iconic name in Campagnolo's history, and the brand says this newly resurrected wheel offers lightweight construction, unmatched reactivity and superior handling. I'm assuming that they do this while saying that. These actually feature Campagnolo's handmade ultralight carbon layup and C-Lux finish, with both technologies first introduced on the beautiful Bora Ultra WTO hoops, but the carbon layup on the Hyperon Ultra apparently differs just slightly. The Hyperon Ultra is Campagnolo's first rim to be manufactured with just one joint compared to the industry standard of 4. The brand says that this process ensures optimal profiles of the carbon. The manufacturing process gives the wheel a noticeably smooth, mirror-like appearance, which Campagnolo calls C-Lux. This removes the need for lacquer, also saving weight. The rims also get a classy laser-etched little graphic instead of stickers or paint. The spoke holes are moulded during the construction of the rim rather than drilled post-moulding, and Campagnolo claims that this makes for a stronger wheel. Campagnolo says that the 37mm rim depth strikes the ideal balance between climbing and faster riding. The rims are 21mm wide internally and 27mm externally. These are compatible with 25mm tyres and up, and use a hooked design which should maximise tyre choice for the end user. Now, like the Bora Ultra WTO, the Hyperon Ultra inherits Campagnolo's Aero MoMag technology. This sees the oversized aluminium spoke nipples hidden inside the rim that are then externally accessible so you can true the wheel without removing any of the tyres. It's a nifty design, though you do need a special tool to do so. Campagnolo is debuting its head-to-base system on the Hyperon Ultra. This sees a rounded head fit over the spoke at the hub that allows any forces coming out of the spoke to dissipate, meaning that it shouldn't deform. And then down at the hubs, you've got a much slimmer design, both in the body, but also in the free hub. The N3W Lite design has apparently been on a diet to help with the weight saving. The free hub has 36 points of engagement, and these wheels spin on Campagnolo's Colt ceramic bearings. That is a lot of tech, at least for the money. Now, Campagnolo, can I have a set, please?
SRAM's new T-Type transmissions are arguably the biggest tech news in the mountain bike world so far in 2023. Not only do they mark the potential death of the humble derailleur hanger, but given their axis only, quite possibly the end for SRAM's high-end cable-actuated drivetrains as well. We've covered the mid-range XX version in our dedicated T-Type launch video, so today we thought we'd have a look around the cheaper XO variant. Now, I say cheaper, but to be honest, at £1,715 or $1,599, it is not exactly cheap. Prices aside though, there's some awesome tech to be found in XO T-Type. My personal favourite is the wild looking crankset. In a first for XO, these are aluminium rather than carbon fibre and have a stunning polished finish and hollow construction. Not only are they lighter than Shimano's XTR crankset, but they should look better for longer too. Nobody likes a crankset covered in rub marks from your shoes after all. The two small bash guards are a nice addition for fending off rock strikes as well. You really can't talk about T-Type without discussing the rear derailleur. On XO, you get most of the features of XX SL and XX derailleurs, minus the clever magic wheel and fancy materials. The skid plates, cage and clutch are still replaceable though, and I actually think it's the best looking derailleur of the T-Type range. The same goes for the stealthy cassette and chain, with their dark polar finish with PVD coating. Not only does it look amazing, but it should mean they last longer and are fully EMTB approved. The pod controller is the other big change, and it feels so much better than the old rocker controller. The buttons are ideally placed, and the ultimate version here can be customized with different buttons to suit your preferences. Very nice. Initial rides show performance is genuinely game changing, so stay tuned for a longer term review of XO in the coming weeks. Don't forget to check out our video on XX T-Type with the link in the description. Aside from the steep price, the only downside to T-Type is that you can only use it with bikes that are UDH compatible. If your bike isn't, then sorry, it's not going to work. Not that I'm bitter that it won't fit my transition. No, not at all. No. My personal woe aside, it's time for Liam to run you through his stylish new gravel kicks.
Two pairs in fact. I've got the Udog Distanza and Specialized S-Works Recon shoes. We'll begin with the upstart Italian brand Udog. They impressed us with their lightweight road shoe, the Cima, and now they've branched out into the world of gravel with the new Distanza. The upper of the shoe is made from the same highly breathable and much more compliant leather woven knitted material as their road shoe. Here, however, the material is bolstered and protected. Firstly, with a weather-resistant treatment to the exposed woven material, and secondly, with bonded sections of waterproof rubber. The design also continues Udog's exclusive use of laces, along with their patented tension wrap system. That's this thing here. The V-shaped ribbons either side of the midfoot tether to the laces. These ribbons then wrap under your foot through the underside of the upper, sitting between the footbed and the outsole. Udog says that this design creates 16 points of contact between the upper and your foot, ensuring a consistent hold and great support when pedaling, or as this is a gravel shoe, when hiking up a hill. Udog uses broad flat laces which won't stretch and loosen like a round lace. There's also a neat elasticated little thingy in here so that you can stow your tied laces without fear of them flapping or catching in your chain and sending you over the handlebars. The large patterned toe bumper that wraps fully over the toe box of the upper looks unique amongst the ever-increasing world of gravel shoes, and we think it's rather cool in a kind of retro 80s sort of way. Think back to running shoes. In a size 10.5 UK, the carbon version weighs in at 380 grams and you'll be paying £220 or $300 for this model. There's a nylon soled version which is £160 or $200. And then we come to these little disco slippers. Would you look at them? These are the Specialized S-Works Recon mountain bike and gravel shoes. Don't they look pretty? I have to say I like these. I have to confess that I am a sucker for a pair of shiny white shoes, but that often presents some problems in the off-road world. White mesh is impossible to keep clean, so the first bit of housekeeping we'll do is to point out that these uppers are really easy to keep nice. I've got the road versions of these shoes, that's the S-Works Torch, and they're still looking very, very fresh. I mean, you'd want to. These are £385 or $450. Anyway, I mentioned the road version there. In effect, what you have here is that exact shoe, just with a modified sole. The sole is largely exposed carbon with a rubber tread at the toe and the heel for grip when off the bike. A rubber strip features on the instep to protect the sole when searching for the pedal, while also adding grip for those kind of clipped out panic descents. We've all been there. A high density lug system here sits on either side of the pedal cleat. These feature interchangeable plastic shims which adjust the height of the lugs. This enables you to adjust the pedal and shoe interface. Now, Specialized says that this gives a road-like pedaling platform as contact with the pedal can be increased. That's very interesting. We will have full reviews of all of the products featured in this video on the site very, very soon, so keep your eyes peeled for those. Personally, I am most excited about the tyres. I'm going to try and grab myself a cheeky little set, but which was your favourite product? I'd like you to let me know down in the comments below. As ever, if you would be able to like this video, subscribe for more, and we will see you in the next one after you've checked out this video. I'm sure it's good.